Live now to North London to the funeral of Derek Draper, where his coffin is arriving at St Mary the Virgin Church in Primrose Hill in North London now. This is the former lobbyist turned psychologist and author who married the presenter Kate Garraway in 2005. He died in January. We can see his wife there, Kate Garraway, just getting out of the funeral car, about to make her way into the church. The two do have two children together, who we can probably see behind her there as well.
So Derek died on January the 5th, aged 56. It was nearly 4 years after first falling ill with COVID during the pandemic. And if there is any solace from today, Ellie, it's the fact that Kate Garraway, who was caring for Derek day in, day out, going into work at Good Morning Britain on ITV, despite being up all night with Derek and caring for him, dealing with the trials and tribulations of not just running a family household, but looking after a very poorly husband. If there's any solace from today, it's that it perhaps might mark the beginning of a grieving process.
Yes, absolutely. She's been through so much in the past few years, and we have seen politicians and showbiz stars alike arriving at this church here this morning for the funeral of Derek Draper. We've got leader of the opposition, Sir Keir Starmer, who's already made his way inside the church. The former Prime Minister Tony Blair and his wife Cherie are also at the funeral service today, and Sir Elton John and his partner David Furnish have entered the church already today. And I think it just shows, really, the power of Derek, who was a very popular political lobbyist and, of course, as many would know him, as the husband of the very popular TV presenter Kate Garraway. And we're seeing that power of Derek in this funeral today. Charlie Rowley is with us, who knows Derek Draper very well from his time in politics. And would you agree with that, Charlie?
I absolutely would. I mean, it goes without saying that this will be an incredibly difficult day for Kate Garraway there and all the friends and family who have gathered, because obviously his illness and his lack of recovery due to COVID has been played out in the public eye. There's been various front pages, obviously, where there were trinkets of hope that he was getting better. But ultimately, through the result of a heart attack, there's obviously not been able to pull through. And as you say, Eddie, he was a political strategist for the Labour Party. That's why Keir Starmer's there, that's why Tony Blair's there. And what you heard, I think, through the, just reading the pages of the newspapers, just how close a bond that they had, how they were each other's rock, they were sort of the yin and yang together. You know, Derek was the life and soul of any party that he walked into. He was a rock for Kate and she was a rock for him. So to see all of that played out in public and on the back of COVID, obviously, for the majority of us, we've been able to move on with our lives to COVID. Obviously, there are lots of issues still there. But he, sadly, because of long COVID, was still in hospital. He was a constant reminder, frankly, for the rest of the country of just the perils of that time we all went through. And now to see the sad result of him not being able to pull through.
And an awful day for the poor kids as well.
Yeah, Darcy and Billy, the children there, you can just imagine what a horrible time this is for them and for the entire family. And Kate Garraway, we haven't seen too much of her, understandably, since the passing of Derek on the 3rd of January. She is taking a break from her TV and radio presenting roles for the time being, but she has said that she is hoping to return to work in the future. But this is a very, very difficult day for her. If you are listening on the radio, the coffin of Derek Draper, the political lobbyist and the husband of TV presenter Kate Garraway, has just arrived at the Church of St Mary the Virgin in Primrose Hill in northwest London. And Kate Garraway is just standing as that coffin is taken ever so carefully out the back of that car. Beautiful flowers on top.
And Charlie, he really was a political heavyweight behind the scenes, wasn't he? So Tony Blair, when he died a couple of weeks ago, he said Derek was tough, sometimes ruthless political operative, a brilliant advisor to me, and someone you always wanted on your side. But underneath that tough exterior, he was a loving, kind, generous and good-natured man you wanted as a friend. He was an important part of the New Labour story, at the centre of things right at the beginning. But most important of all, he was a good colleague and a great friend, and we'll miss him very deeply.
I think that's absolutely right, Ben. And, you know, the way that Derek's been described as you say, someone with a warm heart, a kind soul, but also told things how it is. You know, he was, as I say, the life and soul of a party when he walked into the room. He'll be sorely missed, obviously, by everyone in the political establishment, and obviously friends and family of Kate, who's just walking into the church there.
Yeah, just for radio listeners, Derek's coffin is now being carefully walked into the church. Kate Garraway is there as well, and I believe their 2 children, also surrounded by friends and family.
Your heart just goes out to the family, doesn't it? I mean, Kate Garraway as a wife and 2 very young children, really, Darcy and Billy, who have seen their father, one of the worst affected patients of COVID and later long COVID, who never made a recovery and died on the 3rd of January. Such a difficult day for them. Thank you so much, Charlie Rowley, for bringing us your memories of Derek Draper there and your reflections on his funeral day. And, of course, we'll bring you more on that throughout the programme.